Hey, what is up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. I am in complete and utter shock at tonight's Monday Night Raw. This match, I guess basically not the match, but the show started off really good with the Shield and CM Punk. I thought the CM Punk versus Seth Rollins match was really, really good. But honestly, my breath was taken away. I was really set back by Brock Lesnar's appearance on Monday Night Raw tonight. I guess that if you go back and break down the rumor, the thing that they said on the Wrestling Observer Radio today was that basically it was nothing more than a publicity stunt WWE did trying to hype up Brock Lesnar's name out there, and they knew what they were doing by basically releasing the spoiler at the tapings last night, knowing that the news would hit the mainstream, like Twitters and Facebooks and stuff like that, and everybody would hear, knowing that tonight's Raw would be a must-see, that Brock Lesnar was going to be there, and Brock Lesnar was going to beat the shit out of Mark Henry. I didn't expect Triple H to come out and introduce him. Triple H came out there and said that 2014 would be the biggest year for WWE and they would be moving forward. And to kick this off, he would have a returning star come out tonight. I don't know if people were expecting maybe this to be Batista or something like that coming back early, jumping the gun and trying to make the Royal Rumble as big as humanly possible. But it was Brock Lesnar, and Triple H stayed out there. Triple H shook hands with Brock Lesnar. Triple H shook hands with Paul Heyman, basically putting the past behind them. Their year-long feud where he broke his arm, he broke his best friend's arm, and now it's just best for business that these guys are there. I don't want to be stupid and act like we don't know that these guys are friends backstage and this, that, and the other. And Triple H is the guy that extended the hand that brought Brock Lesnar in. Everybody knows this story from watching the Triple H documentary on the Triple H DVD that came out a few months ago. But when it comes to wrestling storylines, honestly, the one thing that I hate the most is when they treat me like I'm an idiot, like I don't remember what happened on the show a month ago. I know a lot of people don't stay for the long haul, and they know people are going in and out of wrestling, caring about it and things like that, but I personally love wrestling, and I make it a point to make sure that I try and watch it every week. There are some weeks when I just take the week off and, it sits on the DVR and it just gets to the point where it's like, I guess I don't need to really watch it anymore. I've watched some YouTube videos. I've seen the stuff that I need to see. I don't need to see the show as a whole. I've heard reviews. I've watched reviews and things like that. But, basically trying to make it seem like Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, and Triple H are best buddies now, and that Triple H doesn't care about all the things that they did to each other is pretty stupid. But when Brock came down there and Paul said that, basically that they were putting the past behind them, they were moving forward, they weren't there to attack CM Punk, they weren't there to basically right the wrongs that had happened in the past. They were moving towards the future, and in the future, Brock Lesnar wanted to become WWE Champion, which doesn't make sense to what happened just a minute ago at the top of the stage with Triple H, because the guy who is WWE Champion is Randy Orton, which is freaking Triple H's guy. And why Triple H would want to bring somebody back to beat up his guy doesn't make sense. It's sort of showing us the foreshadowing, which is that more than likely Randy Orton's going to lose this title soon. Whether if it's going to be to John Cena, whether if it's going to be to Daniel Bryan, whether if it's going to be to anybody under the sun. I just don't really see Brock Lesnar as a heel going up against Randy Orton as a heel. I know that when they're doing the Elimination Chamber, it's in Brock's hometown, and that would be a big match. It's easy to draw comparisons to the Royal Rumble last year with The Rock going up against CM Punk in Phoenix, and then announcing it basically 6 months ahead of time, maybe even more. But will Brock be champion? I know a lot of people have said that Brock Lesnar will fight The Undertaker this year, but maybe Brock Lesnar goes into WrestleMania as the champion. Maybe he has, the big rematch against John Cena or something like that. I mean, honestly, like I've said before, that is the biggest match that he's had. Probably the biggest match that he could have in WWE at this point. I can't really think of anything else out there that we need to see. He's sort of done everything and done it all. I mean, beating up Mark Henry tonight is sort of like, who hasn't beat up Mark Henry? I mean, he's been around forever. We've seen D'Lo Brown beat Mark Henry in a match before. So, I mean, it's not like the biggest surprise when somebody beats this guy. But he beat him pretty good. And yeah, he sent a chilling fear through the rest of the WWE. So we'll have to see where this goes from here. But Brock Lesnar is WWE Champion. I'd be really surprised as it would happen. But I think the same people said the same thing about Rock, that it wouldn't happen basically because Rock's not going to work house shows. Rock's not going to be on Raw every week. But I think that if WWE wanted to make Brock Lesnar champion, I think they'd make Brock Lesnar champion. I think that's just what they want to do. I honestly want to see him lose, but that's just me because I don't like the guy.